So I encourage everybody, please, I don't beg often, but I'm going to beg you right now. Please just try it. Take something that you think, I don't know. Maybe somebody thinks this is good, maybe not, I don't know. And just be brave enough to put it out there and see what happens.
How would you suggest that this type of thinking, this type of leadership, generosity, community building, how do people start that when maybe they feel they haven't been able to do it yet, or they feel that it's been a blind spot or something that they feel is an aspirational goal? What do they need to start to think about to apply some of this to their practice?
So to your original question about this idea, I don't think we're very good at recognizing our own talents. It's almost invisible to us that we forget what we know. We forget what we've learned. I was talking to this gentleman who's a guest on our podcast. I think his name is Matt Essam, if I remember correctly. He said, Chris, just imagine your favorite movie of all time. What's that movie? I'm like, the Blade Runner, Matrix, one of those two? And he's like, yeah, okay, how many times have you seen it? Dozens? Imagine if you had to see that 1,000 times. Would you want to kill somebody the next time they show you that movie? Well, probably. And so you forget what's in the movie because you just become numb to it. And that's like you. This is your story. This is your life. And you become numb to your own story. So you forget what it is that you have to share with the world. And all you have to do is try and share a little something with somebody, and you'll see how transformative that is to somebody. And Greg Gunn made this really simple tutorial, 10-slide carousel deck on how to pick colors. And he said just pick one of your favorite colors and hit Command-I that inverts it or go 180 degrees from it. That gives you the complementary color, and then swing it here and here, and people are like, pfft. And I was surprised. I'm like, Greg, I didn't know you knew how to pick colors like that. That's an amazing little trick. He's like, yeah, I don't know, 25,000 likes just because of that one tip. And we just forget what it is that we know. So a lot of people really get addicted to this thing of learning. And learning to me is not about consumption, because that's an intellectual exercise. So we consume books, videos, courses, podcasts, audiobooks, webinars, like the one that you're on today. And it gives you a good feeling. You feel really happy, like you're making progress. But this is the illusion of mastery. Like you're actually doing something, but you know this. You got to go and do something with the information you learned. You got to go and make that product. You got to scrape what it is that you've done. You've got to start sharing and posting and letting go of your fear. Stephen Covey used to say, to know and not to do is really not to know. So the only thing that will help you master skill is by practicing and implementing. You have to put into motion the things that you learn. You have to apply what you learn to something and make something that is imperfect and be okay with it. You have to risk exposing yourself to see the gap that might exist between your skill and your taste. And lastly, articulate what you learn to others, because mastery is more than just being exceptional at something. True mastery, or the highest level of mastery which you can attain, is when you teach others to do what you do. A lot of people think that they have nothing to share because they keep comparing themselves to people that are higher level than where they're at. But in fact, there are a lot of people out there who are well below your level, and they need your guidance, your knowledge, and your wisdom. So share what you know. Tweet it, write a post, make a carousel, video, tutorial, podcast, or infographic. Why? You gain clarity through articulation. When you share it with 10 people, they hear it once, but you hear it 10 times. That process will help you to cement your knowledge, and at the same time, it will help others learn. Hence the expression, one teaches, two learn. So here's my formula to be more confident. It begins something like this. The more you try, the more you're exposed to. That totally makes sense. The more you try, the more you're exposed to. And the more you're exposed to, guess what? The less you have to be afraid of. And the less you're afraid of, the more you're likely to try. So by going around and around this circle or this triangle, you're going to grow in your confidence. So just share. Share everything. Share everything that you've learned. So I encourage everybody, please, I don't beg often, but I'm going to beg you right now. Please just try it. Take something that you think, I don't know. Maybe somebody thinks this is good, maybe not, I don't know. And just be brave enough to put it out there and see what happens. Jose, back to you.
So that's really the real hard thing to do. When Chris shares his content, his style, who he is genuinely Chris. That's actually Chris. That is his manifestation of his essence in what he does. So people asking the question like, where do I start? I'm no one. You know, you start by sharing your journey, and you say, I'm not a master. I'm going to share what I've been taught. That's more than enough to get that thing started. But remember that it's a conversation. It's not you proving that you're right or you proving that you're an expert. That is a 20th century colonial institutional mentality that is no longer relevant. All you want to give the people around you is the same value that you've received. Give and you shall receive. And that's really what's going to make you powerful. So like that gives you the key to the power of how you can use social media and how powerful it is. Think about it. If you're hesitant to get online, don't be hesitant. Just do it.
Thank you for watching until the end. That's where a cut down from a conversation that Chris had with Jose and Robbie at the BOLD event by ArtCenter. If you're interested in this conversation, click here to watch the whole video. There will be more cut down releasing soon. With that being said, stay safe, stay inside, and we'll see you in the future.